Hi guys, James here, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone's having a great day. Guys, in today's video we are sitting down and talking about new makeup launches. I did a video last week and everyone seemed to like that video. I actually got quite a few new subscribers, so hello to all my new subscribers. And because I'm still waiting for my skin to clear up before I play with some makeup, I thought I would sit down and talk new makeup for this week. Now, some things have launched, some things haven't launched. There are some things that are getting sneak peeked, but the products aren't completely available, so I will update you on next week's new makeup release. I think I'll try and do this once a week or at least once a fortnight. So if I haven't shown you the full collection of what I'm talking about, it will be in next week's episode. But I still do want to talk about the things that are launching that might not have completely been revealed. So I have everything saved on my phone. As always, I will try and credit the people that I've got the posts from, Trend Mood and Makeup Radar online and stuff like that. So I always include their banner if I include any of the pictures or videos of the reels that I have saved. I will include them right here. That's why I'm sitting on this side of this video, so you can see what I am talking about as we go through each product. The first item we're going to be talking about is from Fenty Skin. Now, Fenty Skin is Fenty Beauty's skincare range. Now, I personally have never tried anything from Fenty Skin, but over the years I have tried quite a few things from Fenty Beauty. I've got a lot of their lipsticks, lip liners, lip glosses, and Diamond Bomb highlighter. I don't have anything else makeup wise from Fenty in my collection right now, but this does interest me. This isn't really a new release per se, but there are new scents to this release. Now, we don't get everything from Fenty Beauty or Fenty Skin here in Australia. We do get some things, but they are always quite delayed. So I don't know when this will be available here in Australia at the Sephora stores, but let's talk about everything we have. So we've got the Butter Drop Hydrating Body Milk in Amber Boutique, $34. And that is a lightweight, silky moisturizer that rapidly hydrates, sinks in quickly, and has a delicious blend of butters and oils for soft, replenished skin in seconds. And that comes in like a clear bottle or a clear frosted bottle. I don't know if it's glass or plastic. It has a pump by the looks of it. And it does say it has 6.2 fluid ounces or 185 mils. And that retails for $34 US, which is about $60 to $70 Australian. By the time it gets to Australia, they add all their shipping fees and everything on top of it. It's about $60 to $70. That's quite expensive, but there is a lot of skincare products at Sephora that's very, very expensive. I wouldn't pay that much money, but they also do have a Butter Drop Refillable Whipped Oil Body Cream in Amber Boutique, $46 US, so that's quite expensive as well. That's probably going to be $80 to $90 Australian by the time it comes out. It goes on to say a thick, rich body moisturizer that delivers deep hydration in a nourishing whipped oil cream loaded with rich butters and tropical oils. That didn't feel like that made sense, but that's what it says anyway. It does interest me, but I don't know about that price. Right now, what I'm using for my body cream or body moisturizer is this OXX Fragrant Island Kiss Peach, Coconut and Vanilla Body Butter. Now, this is from Kmart, and this is a dupe for, I'm going blank, the Saint January. I'm saying that wrong. It's at Mecca Max. They have a whole collection which has similar packaging to this. This is a dupe of that. And this retails for like $12 at Kmart, while the ones at Mecca Max, which is where they're sold, and that sells for about $60 to $70, like a little tub. So that's why I buy this, because it does the same job in my opinion. It comes in a lot of different scents and fragrances. They've got mango and stuff like that. This one is peach, coconut and vanilla. I love this one. You get, oh god, once you can open it, you get a decent size, and I use this on my legs and my arms and my body. Not my face, but as you can see, there's a ton of product in there. For $12, it's going to last you a good amount of time, even for a fluffy girl like me. So I use this instead because it's more affordable. But there is this one from Fenty Skin that I am interested in. I might wait until that comes on sale, if it ever gets to Australia. Alright, the next item we have, this is interesting, Blend Bunny. We're talking about Blend Bunny because they've got two launches. One's already launched, and one is launching, well, the reveal is tomorrow. I'm filming this on the Sunday, it's revealed on the Monday, but because it's US reveal, it's probably going to be Tuesday our time when the actual launch of this gets revealed. So I might not have the official launch of the newest product that they have, but I do have the cover art of the official palette. So First item we're talking about is the one that's already launched. This is the new and improved, but still very true to herself, Blend Artistry palette. Now, I don't know if I do have my, I was meant to have this next to me before I sat down and filmed it, but I forgot to do that. So I have the original Blend Bunny palette, and normally I have it next to me at all times because I love that palette. Let me quickly get you that so you can see what it looks like compared to the one that I'm posting up on screen. Then you can compare both palettes side by side. Let me do that. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. This is my original Blend Bunnies palette. This is the 30 matte pigment palette, and this was the very first palette ever. I've had this almost, I would say about 4 to 5 years. This is what it looks like. I'm putting the other one next to it, the newer one, so you can compare palettes side by side color-wise. That's the original one. And then because I have this other palette, I'll put this one up against the other one as well on the screen. So we've got the Primal palette. Now this is the palette that has some shimmers on the bottom row, and then we've got the bigger black matte shades and the white shades. And then we've got some pastels, and it's kind of more of a rainbow palette, but a little bit more, I don't know if it's more grungy because of these darker shades, but it's still a really pretty palette. Now, I have those two palettes. I've had this one for about 2, maybe 3 years. This one at least 4.5 years. They have updated the new blends palette with this one here. The new one is obviously a lot bigger. It has a lot more shades. This will retail for $54, and I think this one originally retailed for about $45 US. So $54 US is probably about, with shipping and everything on top of that, is probably going to be about $80 to $85, $90 Australian. Now this is a 40-pound eyeshadow palette, so it's got 10 more shades than the Blend Buddies one, which is an all matte 30-pound palette, plus 10 of those 40 shades are shimmer shades. Now the new palette seems, I don't know if it's just the photo, maybe the lights on it or something, it doesn't look as vibrant as this one here, and I feel like it's the photos that Blend Money has done rather than the actual pigment of the colors, because the colors, it's a rainbow palette, but it just doesn't seem as vibrant as this one here. So I think it's the photos. I think in person it's going to be a lot more vibrant. I love Blend Bunny's formula. This is my go-to rainbow palette. If something is not working, I always reach for this one. And you can see by the, I mean, it is used and abused. I've hit pan on this one. It doesn't come with a mirror. I don't know if this one does come with a mirror or not. Yeah, it does come with a mirror. Okay, that's pretty cool. I don't know why they are launching this one and then a new palette so close to this launch. This is already available on their website. This post was on the 14th of May, so I forgot to talk about it last week, but it is already available. But then a couple of days ago, they posted a new launch that they're having. So they're going to have 2 launches within 6 weeks of each other, and they're both eyeshadow palettes. So I don't know if that was probably the smartest idea. They could have waited an extra month, because $54 is quite expensive for most people for an eyeshadow palette. Especially people who are international. Blend Bunny's shipping is very, very expensive. I know when I originally paid for the Blend Bunny palette, this one here, I think the shipping was probably about $50 Australian shipping. So it's quite expensive. And then when my friend Lottie and I purchased this palette, we both got this palette each. I think it was $60 shipping. So it was quite expensive. Glam Rider, which was an Australian online retailer who sold Blend Bunny and Luna Beauty and all that type of stuff here in Australia, used to sell Blend Bunny, but they have gone out of business. So the only way we can buy anything here in Australia from Blend Bunny is online from the US. So shipping is always going to be expensive. Once this palette no longer works for me, then I will invest my money and buy this new palette. But until then, I'm not going to spend that much money, because $90 for an eyeshadow palette plus $50 to $60 shipping on top of that is just not smart on my end. But it's a beautiful palette, and I kind of want it just because I love a rainbow palette. But I definitely will be waiting for a sale and not paying full price because it's expensive. But now let's talk about the second launch they are having. They are releasing a 30 shade Mushroom Nymph palette. Now, that's not the name of it. It does have a name, but I am not even going to attempt to say that on camera. The writing on the actual palette itself is hard for me to read. And with my dyslexia, I'm not even going to attempt it. So I'm just going to put it on screen. Also, you'll be able to see the name on the picture that I'm putting up on the post. It's interesting, a mushroom themed eyeshadow palette. The artwork on the actual palette looks really cool, and it makes me think what other colors in the palette. Like there are some greens, there are some purple shades, there are some pinky red, orangey shades on the actual palette artwork. So I'm assuming some of those shades will show up in the palette. But I'm excited about this. I will have to let you know next week about the color story and if it's interesting enough for me to buy it and add it to my collection. But I like the idea of a mushroom themed eyeshadow palette. They have done other like mold themed eyeshadow palettes, which I'm assuming there will be some similar colors from that palette in this palette, but I'm interested in this palette. So I'll let you know next week. But that is being revealed in 2 days. And I'm excited for it. It looks pretty. Alright guys, so the next item we're talking about is the shade extension. So this is from NYX and it is their Buttermelt blushes. So they have 3 new shades. They already have 9 shades out, but in Australia we don't get all the shades from NYX. A lot of NYX launches we either get late or we don't get all the shade ranges on the shelf at Chemist Warehouse. I think they already have like 9 of these shades out, but we only got 5 or 6 here in Australia. I only ever picked up the lightest pink shade, which is the shade Cool Pink. So it's a pink blush. I love these. These are very pigmented but blend out really nicely. As you can see, I've used this quite a lot in the center when I'm looking for a pink blush moment. So I love them. Great for traveling. I like the packaging as well. They also do have their bronzers as well, which we only have 5 or 6 shades, but there are more shades available in the US. Anyway, they have 3 new shades, which means there is a total of 12 shades available now if you're in the US or any other country that stocks all of their shades, which makes me question if we are even going to get these new shades, because I think if there's 6 on the shelf here in Australia, there's another 3 that we haven't already got. I don't know if we'll get the other 3 on our shelves, but I thought I'd mention it. We have like one that's more of a sandy peach shade. That's pretty. We have one that's more of a deep dusty rose. And then we have one that's almost a fiery red, which is definitely one I would never pick up because that's too pigmented for me. These are very pigmented, so I always go light-handed with them, and they do have a bit of kick up with the powder in the pan. So also just make a note about that. But congratulations to NYX on their shade extension. So that's exciting. If you love blush and you love those types of colors, well, they're very affordable. $11 US. So that's about $21, $22 Australian by the time they get here from the US, shipping and all that added. It's affordable. Now, I think I mentioned Chemist Warehouse, but these are actually available at Priceline. Some Chemist Warehouses do stock NYX products, but my ones don't. So these are actually available at Priceline here in WA where I live, and they always go on sale for half price. So you can always wait until they're on sale to pick up the new shades and save some money. All right, we have something from Makeup Revolution. Now, I loved the reel of this when I first saw it, and then I realized that this is like a lip stain, and seeing the color pay off after they've peeled off the lip stain it's not worth it for me. This is the Lip Shift Peel Off Lip Stain. Now, there are a few shades already, but this is a shade extension. It is available on Makeup Revolution's online store. I don't know if it's going to be at Priceline here. Our Pricelines do sell Makeup Revolution, but we don't always get all their products. Again, if we do, it's sometimes on the day it launches everywhere, or it's sometimes delayed. But I was really excited at seeing the actual application, like the color of it. And then once it peeled off, it looks very underwhelming. I wish they actually brought out liquid lipsticks in the shade that they have before they peel off and leave the stain, because the colors, the gold and the purple, look really, really pretty to me, and I would buy those 2 shades because I love doing colorful makeup and I love a purple lip. But once you peeled off the actual initial color, then the color that's left is kind of underwhelming. So I'm going to pass on these. I don't know how much they are. Makeup Revolution releases a lot of reels of new products, but they don't actually give you much information underneath. It doesn't tell you any of the shade names. It doesn't tell you the prices for everything. It doesn't tell you the launch date. It just says shop now at Revolution Beauty, but it doesn't say if it's going to be in store or if it's online only. So I wish they did a little bit more information in the makeup reels, but the reel did catch my eye until they actually peeled off the colors, and then I was like, oh, that's underwhelming. So I'm going to pass on those. The next item we have is something that I'm assuming every YouTuber, or the big YouTubers anyway, makeup influencers, will review this on their website. I'm sure a lot of them will get it in PR because this is a new relaunch for this brand. And I'm talking about Marc Jacob Beauty. Now, I don't know if this will ever be available in Australia. I'm assuming you have to buy it online right now because it's just come back. I don't see that it's going to be in Sephora or anything like that. Actually, no, it does say it's going to be in Sephora. May the 28th on their website, May the 31st on Sephora's app, June the 1st on Sephora and Selfridges, which I think is in the UK, and the 1st of September, Sephora stores, plus the US and Australia. So we're going to get it in September, this new launch. Again, we get everything very, very late. Now, this is quite a big launch, so let's just read all the way down the post. The first thing we have is Born Star Cream to Powder Eyeshadows, $29 US, which is about $60 Australian for a single eyeshadow. I don't think so. A buildable, long-lasting, waterproof cream to powder eyeshadow with high pigment color and 14-hour crease-proof and smudge-proof wear in matte, metallic, and duochrome shades, housed in a unique star-shaped swivel compact. 14 shades. That's quite a lot of shades. I'm going to pass on those. Then we have the Joystick Cream Blush Sticks, $35, which is about $70 Australian. A multi-use lightweight cream blush with buildable long-lasting color, blendable natural skin-like finish, infused with skin-loving ingredients in a single yellow daisy design stick. 10 shades of that. But some of the shades look very similar to Fenty Beauty, but you can't get too many different shades of blushes. We do have a hot pink one, we have a hot purple one, and then we've got more wearable colors. I don't think I'll ever pick these up because of the price for each of these, but some of the colors look interesting. But next we have Heart On Soft Shine Lipstick, $34 US. Ooh, that's a lot for a lipstick. A long-lasting lipstick with vibrant, high-impact color payoff, moisturizing, comfortable, transfer-proof with a soft, dewy shine finish. Skincare-based formula, encased in signature heart-shaped packaging. 15 shades of that. Pass on those. We also have Legally Bronze Powder Bronzer. Again, these stupid names. Just call it a bronzer. $42. That's 80 plus for a bronzer. That's expensive. A long-lasting, lightweight face bronzer with a light finish for an all-over sun-kissed glow, fade-resistant and sweat-proof. Infused with daisy oil and skin-loving ingredients. Talc-free, housed in a sculptured silver compact. 8 shades of those. I'm going to pass on that because of the price. Then we also have some mascaras. These are $29 each. That's what you would pay for a mascara here in Australia. $29 for a drugstore mascara. $29 US is probably about $60 Australian by the time it gets here. That's a lot of money for mascara. I would never pay that much. It does say it has 18 hours of smudge-proof, flake-free wear. It removes easily with an hourglass-shaped brush in a star-shaped lilac tube with a metallic star charm. Well, if it comes with a charm, then of course, $29. Take my money. Not. And the shades of those are black, brown, and blue. And like I said, this is a big collection. So we've got 2 more in this collection. We have the Money Shot Multi-Use Illuminating Gel Highlighter, $29 US. A water-based jelly face and body highlighter with a fresh, non-sticky feel and multi-dimensional glow for a natural-looking radiance. Ugh, I would never use a gel highlighter. That just... I wouldn't like the feel of that. And I always set my face completely matte with a setting powder, so I don't know how a gel highlighter would work over a powdered face. So it might not work. I'm going to pass on that. Then lastly, we have the Draw This Way Long Wear Waterproof Gel Eyeliner, $26. 11 shades. I don't know if there's 11 shades of matte finishes and 10 shades of metallics, or if there's 11 shades in total and 10 of them are matte shades and then 1 metallic. Let's see what the photos show. Okay, so yeah, it looks like there are 11 shades of matte and then 10 metallic shades. All the eyeliners are very colorful. We've got whites, blues, we've got dark blues, light blues, we've got pinks, we've got light pinks, we've got yellows, we've got dark greens, we've got dark purples. Basically every color you need in eyeliner, so you've got all of those if you want to pick them up. $26 is quite expensive for an eyeliner. Most of the ones at Chemist Warehouse and Priceline are about $15 each, and that's in Australian dollars. $26 US is probably about $45 an eyeliner. Quite expensive. Anyway, if you're interested in Marc Jacob and you're interested in his makeup line, that will be available on those dates that I mentioned at the start Alright, next item we're talking about is from Shiglam. Now these are the eyeshadow sticks from Shiglam. These are available now, and this post was made 3 days ago. So it's available on Shiglam official website. There are a lot of shades. They do retail for $5, which is very, very affordable. These are all like neutral based eyeshadow sticks, so you don't have any crazy colors. It says this is a creamy, no tug eyeshadow stick, glides on smoothly, blends like a dream, and locks in for an all-day wear. No creasing, smudging, or flaking. Waterproof, long-lasting in matte and shimmer finishes. There are 12 shades available, and it looks like there are 5 shimmers and 7 mattes, so they look really good. I'm not a huge fan of eyeshadow sticks, just because even though it says it's no creasing, they always crease on me because I'm hooded over time. And a lot of these are all neutrals, and if I was going to get any of these, I would want like multi-dimensional shifts and colourful ones. So I'm going to pass on these, but I do actually like a lot of Shiglam's products. So I know if you're a neutral type of girl, these will be great, especially for travelling. These will be great. So they are available now on their website. Alright guys, and then we've got 3 new items to talk about. 2 of them are from the same brand. So the first item we have is from e.l.f. that has just launched or is launching soon. This post was done 2 days ago, and it's available now on their website. So these are available. I don't know if it's available on the Australian website, because again, e.l.f. is like a brand that doesn't always release everything on the Australian website. You can't buy it from the US website here in Australia. You have to buy it from the e.l.f. website, or you just have to be patient and wait until it arrives at Kmart, because Kmart does sell a lot of e.l.f. products. These are the Set It Bright Powder Quad. So these are setting powders, and it looks like there is 6 different shades. Right now I'm not buying any setting powders because I do have quite a lot, but if these do become available at Kmart and I'm running low on setting powder, I will try and pick one of these up to try. It does say it's a loose setting powder quad to color correcting, brightening and blurring the look of skin while setting your makeup for soft matte radiance. Did that even make sense? A loose setting powder quad to color correct, brighten and blur the look of skin while setting your makeup for a soft matte radiance. Okay, that made sense. I don't know, the first time I said it, it didn't make sense in my mind. Anyway, it says use each shade or solo or swirl them together to customize your look. Long-lasting, fade, cake and crease resistant formula, and it also does come with a soft velvet puff. Now these are $12 US, so probably about $25 Australian, and the 6 shades are light, fair, fair tan, light medium, medium tan, and then the last one is deep rich. Now they do have ones that have quite a lot of different colors. So we've got one that's green, it has blue, it has some peach in it, so I think they're the color correcting ones. I have seen people try and use the green setting powder from Huda Beauty, color correcting. It doesn't look good. I know Raw Beauty Christy did a tutorial using that powder, and you could actually see the green on her face from that powder, and it didn't look good. I don't know why anyone is using a green setting powder. A lot of green color correcting, you're meant to use it under your foundation to color correct under your foundation. But when you use green setting powder on top of your products, you can still see that green. Even if you brush it away, you can still see patches of green on your face, and that doesn't look good in my opinion. All the people who use that powder, I watched all the tutorials because I did want to buy it maybe, but I wanted to make sure I would actually like it, and I did not like the finish that people were left with a green setting powder. So I'm not going to buy any of the ones with green setting powders. I might buy the middle one, or the third lightest, which I think is light medium, and that has some peachy and pink tones to it. It hasn't got any of the blue or the green in it. So I think the only one that works for me or appeals to me is the fair tan one. So I'm going to have to wait until that's available, and I'll pick that up to try. I'm sure e.l.f. setting powders are great. I have used some of their pressed powders before, and I do like their formula, so I'm sure that this will be great as well. But I'm not trying any of the ones with green and blue. The second launch from e.l.f. that they have, which is already available as well, so I'm just scrolling because I'm trying to find it. Here we go. We have an addition to their Power Grip family. So we have a Power Grip Rose Setting Spray, which retails for $11 US. Now, I've tried the NYX setting spray, that's the grippy glue one. I did not like the stickiness of that setting spray. I like their hydrating grip primers, they're great. but I don't want a sticky base left on my face when I use the setting spray, just because setting spray is usually the last makeup step in my routine, and I don't want to sit there longer and wait until all the stickiness completely dries. That to me annoys me. I won't be buying the Power Grip setting spray. I'm going to pass on that. But then we also have some main stain lip markers. Now there's not too much information on the mainstay lip markers. They are $5 each. There are 8 shades. It says it's coming soon on the website. Now I don't know if these are lip liners. The applicators look like they're lip liners, but you could probably fill in your full lips. I don't know if these are ones that will peel off, because it's a stain. A lot of the stains do peel off after, so you fill in your lips or line your lips and then you peel them off once they're dry. I don't know if that's what these are, because it doesn't tell me more information. It's got some of the colors, and the colors look pretty. Like there's a pink one, a light pink one that looks really, really good. And then the rest are mostly neutral. There are some deeper browns, and I think there's a deeper purple as well that looks interesting to me color-wise, just because I do like a dark lip liner. But these are stains, so I don't know how dark they will be once you peel them off. If these are available at Kmart, I might pick one of these up to try in a future video. But again, we don't always get everything from e.l.f. Sometimes it's just US exclusive. So if this is available at Kmart down the track, I will pick this up to try. All right, one item left. Now this is from Rare Beauty, and this is also a shade extension. So this is the Brow Harmony Flexible Lift and Laminating Eye Gel. Now it looks like there are 6 new shades, 7 new shades. 7 new shades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 6 new shades. And they are a range of platinum to light blonde hair, dark blonde hair, and then we've got dark brown and black. So this is just a shade extension to what they already have on the website. Now these retail for $21. Now this does say this is a waterproof brow gel that lifts, tints, and sets in one step for a strong yet flexible hold for up to 12 hours. Without feeling sticky or crunchy. I do use brow gels on my brows. I don't really use the fine brow pencils to fill in my brows. I use gels. So this is something that I would actually pick up and try. What I use right now is $5 from Chemist Warehouse. So it's a little bit more of a step up price wise, because $21 US is about $35 to $40 Australian. But this is something that I could see myself using, because I do like brow gels. I don't really like the applicator, because it is just a spoolie applicator. But it is something that I would be willing to try, and I would go in with the dark brown shade, because I think that's what my brows are. They are quite dark. So this is something that I would purchase. I would purchase it. I've only ever tried one thing from Rare Beauty, which was actually, no, I've tried 2 things. A little travel size blush, which I really like, and my sister likes as well, so she bought some as well. And then I also have tried their highlighters. I've never tried any of their foundation concealers or their eyeshadow products, but the blush was really good, and I'm sure this will be great as well. So that is everything we have in this video to talk about. I know this was a bit of a long video, so I do apologize, but hopefully you still enjoyed this video. Also, if you've got any questions on anything that I've talked about, leave a comment down below and I will get back to you. But till next time, guys, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. All my love. Bye.